What's up, everybody? It's Brian from HASHWAREHUB. It's about 9:40 a.m. Eastern Time, January 13, 2018. We're coming to you with a brand new trading video, and we're going to be going over Bitcoin and the possibilities of where it could possibly go and such. And so you need to know this information. Bitcoin is the behemoth of the industry, and believe it or not, it does push around other coins. Other coins trade with respect to Bitcoin. So if you want to trade any other altcoins, you got to know how Bitcoin is trading. So with that said as well, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you get all of our information coming directly to you. Also, if you're on Steam or you're on Steemit or you're on DTube, definitely look us up. We're underneath HASHWAREHUB. I'm also going to put the link down below as well, and try to follow us there, subscribe to us there. We definitely very appreciated. We're brand new there, and yeah, so let's get right into it. So we had a video yesterday. We went over a bunch of different possibilities of the direction of Bitcoin, and we're going to do the same thing here again with obviously an update. So our major concern is this: is this a bearish flag, which you see by these top two green parallel lines, or is this a triangle where you have this green line here and this green line here? So I'm showing you the count for both, the Elliott count for both. The orange line is the count for the triangle, and the red line is the count for the bearish flag. And one of the concern we had yesterday was that we had like this, I'll just call it congestion right here, right? We normally like this to kind of bounce cleanly off, right? Same way it did, you know, here, bounce very cleanly here, here bounce cleanly, here bounce cleanly. And this is textbook. Here it's not so textbook. And when it's not textbook, it makes us worry. Some people would go ahead and categorize this as a bullish wick. It's not a textbook bullish wick, but it's close enough to be okay. So those are the two main scenarios that we're looking at. The third scenario was, and you just have to use your imagination here because I don't have it drawn, but follow me along, that this would be A, this would be B, and then we would have a C correction. So an ABC correction. The Elliott count for that would be 335. So A would be consisting of 3 waves, B would be consisting of three waves, and C wave would have 5 waves inside of it. I don't see that that's happening. As each bar gets filled in here, this is a 4-hour chart on Bitcoin on Bitstamp. As each bar gets filled in, it's looking less that it would be an ABC correction. So that's why I really don't have the lines here. Even if I were to look at some other exchanges like Bitfinex, yeah, Bitfinex bounced off more cleanly and it's moving up. So I don't think it's an ABC correction anymore. There are other Elliott counts that could possibly be, but I'm not going to muddy up your mind right now with those because they're much lower probabilities, and we'll try to get to those as the price moves up here, and we're looking at this critical junction of like D and E. These are critical areas of which chart formation this may be. These are critical areas. So we really need to be very cognizant of that and understand, minute by minute what exactly is happening. If this is really a bearish flag, okay, we're going to have obviously A, B, C, D, E, and then from there it comes down. And when it comes down, the 9,000 level that I've been talking about for quite some time is probably the best case scenario as far as where the market would come down. It could probably come down as far as 6,000. If I'm going to do a true Elliott wave count, it really does say 6,000. My belief is that it won't hit 6,000 because of the fact that there are a ton of bulls in this area. The large institutions are getting into this, and they're going to see this huge sell-off, and they're really going to start picking it up. So that's why I really don't believe it's going to come down to this 6,000 level. I can hear people getting upset at me already. So I'm sorry, but that's what I see. I don't believe it's going to come down to this 6,000, but it very well could possibly go in that direction. So let's also take a look at the algos. Let's see what the algos are showing us too. Remember, this is our big framework of exactly how we think things are going to go. Okay, and then we get very detailed and surgical, like brain surgery, okay, on how we go about and getting into entries and how we go about looking at the market from a different perspective, okay? All right, so again, those who are new to us, don't freak out. There's a lot of information here, but it's actually really simple. You watch a few videos, you'll get this in no time flat. So these two red lines here are basically the triangle that was drawn on TradingView. And you can see here, okay, this is Poloniex data. Before, I think we were using Bittrex or Bitstamp, something like that. So, yeah, what are we looking at right here? Okay, so the market did bounce off in a much cleaner fashion here with regards to Poloniex data. This is 4-hour chart. This is a 4-hour chart. And what do we see? We see the trend strength indicator beautifully, okay, lifted from this -4 territory. And that gives us a lot of confidence that things are going in our direction, that we don't have that large ABC correction, first of all. Second of all, we have D trend that's moving up. Third of all, the MACD is moving up. This is MACD. MACD is different than MACD, everybody else's MACD. This MACD has super clean data that's entered into it that doesn't have really any noise in it at all. So the MACD has super clear signals. The third thing here that we see is this on a 4-hour basis. The 4-hour basis, the sign indicator is coming to a top. So this is something we need to take a look at. So the waves of the actual, or the cyclicality, the 4-hour cyclicality of the actual of Bitcoin is showing that it's at a top of the wave. Now we can have a few things that happen here, okay? The market can completely these are some comments that are coming up. The market can completely ignore it, which is great. We want to see that, and that's going to show us that there's a lot of bullish sentiment, that the market is really reaching for this upper line of this triangle, and that's fine, okay? Or we can see that the market does react to it, and it comes back down again, and then the market then goes back up again to meet the top of this red line. So another thing for us to kind of keep an eye on. So this is what's going on a 4-hour basis. Let's see what's going on a daily basis. All right, so this is going on a daily basis. Apologize for all the screaming babies in the background, but that's Saturday morning at my house. So daily basis, again, Bitcoin, Poloniex. And what do we see here? We see for 3 days ago, this cayenne line, this blue line had come in. Remember, this is a hidden support level. We want to see that. We want to see support in the market if we're bullish, right? We want to see that. And we see that exactly directly here. Okay? The trend strength indicator is still coming down, but as the market moves up, this trend strength indicator will curl around and will move up again if it does feel that there's bullish sentiment in it. Remember, what is most easiest to change, okay? On the shorter time periods, any type of signal or any type of algo you use or indicator is much easier to change the direction. It whipsaws all around the place. The longer term ones are the ones that change much slower. And that's true with any type of indicator. And we see that exactly here as well. So once this starts turning up again, okay, and gets especially to this 4 level, then we are super confident that things are pretty bullish. So we want to take a look at that, or keep an eye on that. Same thing here with D-Trend. D-Trend, I mean, it's still going down, but it's looking like it's turning a corner and coming back up again. MACD is still very bearish, but again, we only have a few bars here where we've kind of turned this corner. And that's kind of the beauty of this blue line. This blue line is very predictive in its nature of being able to identify where are hidden support levels. I mean, even if you look back here, okay, I mean, even here, right? Here, it predicted a day earlier where this hidden support level would be in this market, and the market came down here. Same thing here as well, okay? The market didn't quite get to the blue line, but it got close to it. Same thing here as well. The market came down to the blue line and it kind of hovered around it. It tried to get back above the blue line. It tried to get back up above this hidden support level, right? It did, and then the blue line's like, nah, sorry, there's no support anymore. And then it came down, and then you can see we have this going on right here. So the blue line's coming back in. Super stoked about that. Again here, the sign indicator, this is a good thing. Remember, the sign indicator on a 4-hour basis was topping out. Sign indicator on a daily basis is bottoming out. So the trend direction on a daily basis is stronger than the trend direction on a 4-hour basis. So that's what we want to see. And we're seeing that right here. The sign indicator is bottoming out and it's going to come back up again. The only caveat to that is that the sign indicator is not as accurate on daily bars or a daily chart because of the fact that daily chart is less cyclical. It's more trend-like. So we're going to leave it there for you guys. Any questions at all, put it down below. Definitely hit the subscribe button. Again, if you're on Steam or you're on DTube, definitely follow us. Your upvote would be greatly appreciated, or your resteam would be greatly appreciated. We're new here on the block, and we're looking to get some followers there. But that's it. Happy trading, and we'll be speaking to you later on in the day.